with the advent of AI, it is not just making a person a superhuman. There is a superhuman sitting in front of you also partnering along with you. So that is the shift. Okay, so to keep it very simple, I'm not trying to go too technical. I'm saying very simple. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
partnering along with
So
a superhuman. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I will share my own experience working with Salesforce and HubSpot. Typically, when it comes to lead scoring and lead qualification, people like us on the back end, sales enablers and marketing guys, we used to basically put up the scores. Hey, if it comes from this country, you know,
Yeah.
if it belongs to certain industry, or and if this person is a CXO or belong to certain department, then we used to assign points. Right? If it belongs to
So,
certain region, say North America, then 20 points. If
yeah.
the person is a CXO, then another 30 points.
Yeah.
And if they belong to the right kind of industry, another 20 points. Yeah. And
Absolutely.
if they have visited I mean, later on in last few years, we added behavioral data also, because that was so if
Yeah.
they have come down to the website and if they have
Mm.
clicked on certain pages, then another 5 points. If they have downloaded the case study, another 2 points. If they've opened
Yeah.
an email, another 5 points. So initially it was demographic and firmographic data in terms of lead scoring.
Mm.
Then, with the advent of advanced analytics and CDPs and the warehouse being connected to CRM, it was also behavioral data. For example, if they have interacted with our website, if they've opened up our email, if they have replied to our email, if they have downloaded a certain stuff, and like so on. So even the behavioral data started going in.
Going
But
on. Absolutely.
we're still talking about 5 years back,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, in that way, the workflow used to run, and we used to set up the workflow, and then,
Correct.
assign those points, and the sales rep used to come, as you said, the sales rep used to come, and then, just see, hey, this lead has got like 50 points, and this lead
Yeah.
is 10 points. So based on that, I'll assume that the lead with 50 points is more important, right? So I should
Absolutely.
follow up with that more.
Yeah.
It was still a very sales driven initiative, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
CRM and all these automations were only there to help the sales rep,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
But this
Absolutely.
is still till 2019 we are talking,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we are
Absolutely.
living in 2025. So what has
Absolutely.
changed? What has been added on top of
Yeah.
it?
So to keep it simple, what I'll say is, you when you started off, you said, as a sales enabler and as an expert who's been like close to 25 years in the industry, now you are able to feed in the algorithm or feed in the pointers for it to start scoring. So we are talking about an expert who has to come in and help the system.
Yeah.
With AI, even an intern without any expert can get that done automatically. So that is what I would say is new today. The I would say the collective intelligence or the collective expert that is there out there, the system is able to bring out through AI. So that is what is today. Yeah. And I'm sure, few years down the line, it will go to another notch where
Yes.
even this person might not need scale sales skills and the system is able to take care. So a lot of things are possible in the future, but today this is where we are. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, let's talk a little technical here. When you say that there's an intelligence outside of the system and
Yeah.
outside of the brain of the sales rep and the
Correct.
customer service rep, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a brain out there which was not there,
Yeah.
right? So
Absolutely.
since 5 years back, the brain was not out there. So people like us, people like me
Yes.
used to come in,
Excellent.
an expert,
Yeah.
and we used to feed the system.
Correct.
Hey, behave this, behave that, at this point, at that point. And
Yeah.
then eventually that data used to go to the sales rep and the customer service rep to take the decisions, right?
Correct.
But it
Correct.
was people like us feeding that system.
Absolutely.
Now you're saying that we are not required, you know. So essentially,
I've got a point there.
our
Yeah.
job is gone.
I've got a point there. Yeah. I've got a
Yeah,
point there. Yeah.
please. Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
So see, there are two ways to look at it. Okay. See, for example, even in coding, okay, AI is able to code. In fact, AI is able to collectively code the entire application, including the front end, the back end, the database, the APIs, everything. Okay. So when AI is able to do that, what is a coder's responsibility? A coder can survive with AI only if the coder is an expert. If he is not able to audit or understand and apply what AI is creating, the output that might come out of this can be, first of all, not useful for the specific use case. That is one. Second is it can be full of bugs. So though we say AI, there is always another jargon that's going around. You must have heard of it called HAI, which is human AI. So there has to be, at least as of today, a human element combined along with AI. Okay, so we cannot totally remove AI, and that's why all the AI companies have always put a disclaimer very prominently on all their public facing screens that this can be wrong, kindly cross check and all that, because there is always a need for auditing the system. So at
Yeah,
least as of today, though AI augments the abilities of a human being, we cannot completely say that the human is removed from it. I would only say
understood.
the overall uh,
Understood.
yeah, output is increasing, results are increasing. Yeah,
Yeah, and I totally agree because the AI can do a lot of stuff, but somebody needs to tell the AI what it needs to do. And
ab-
then once the AI does that thing, then it needs to be applied to the business to that particular use case to make it work, right?
absolutely. I'll give you
Uh,
one more. Since
yeah,
you mentioned it, can I tell you one more thing?
sure.
As of today, AI, is catching up with where humans are. Okay, the knowledge, intelligence, creativity, and all of that. So whatever we are teaching it, that is what it's learning. It's a large language model, or it's something that it is learning from where? From humans. Okay. However, today there's another thought process that's there, that what if AI is able to learn and create something which is not there out there, which is not, there is no data for it to learn from, but it itself is capable of learning from outside of the data that we provide. Now, if that happens, then yes, they can surpass what we have created as a benchmark for them. So that can happen. There are talks about that. So AI is in all directions.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
honestly don't
I
know which
know.
way it's going to
They,
go.
they, they're talking about the fact that by 2035, AI will learn everything which is there on internet. You know, at the rate at which AI is learning, it'll learn everything which is there. I mean, it's a lot of data out there in internet, right?
Absolutely.
It's a
Yeah,
huge repository of information.
absolutely.
But at the rate by which AI is going, it will possibly learn